because I don't have my laptop.
Okay. So in last session we were talking about the object and class, right? And we have seen how we are going to create the object, how we are going to create the class, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And we tried how we what are the things inside the class, like class can have the properties along with the behaviors, right?
Yeah.
So hope that is clear to you, right? What actually the class is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for that one only, I created some of the examples for the class and object and how we are going to class the methods defined into the particular class. What are the syntax?
Mhm.
So like instead of typing now, I have created the means of 5, 6 examples that I will be able to demonstrating you now.
Okay.
Okay. So basic funda that syntax how we are going to create the class is that you know the class, then class name colon, and if you don't wish to write anything inside the class, so it means that is also correct. Like the line number 6, you can see the class is simply created, right, without any content.
Yeah.
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 And I mentioned that this class will have multiple property within itself. It will have some different methods also inside this one. That depends upon our requirement, right? That is why class
Yeah.
is treated as a user-defined data type in the Python, right? So what is
Yeah.
our use, what we want to do, and what are the things we want to achieve by creating this class? The same thing, we need to define the features inside this class. Okay, so let this PyCharm to be open. And the class, like suppose you have one example that we are going to create one class which is known as the class car. Okay, so how we are going to create this one? So this is the basic syntax, right? Class car colon inside it. If it is the ideally or the means this PyCharm, it will be able to give you the proper ident, right? The spaces before each and everything. But in Notepad, it is not like that. So let me open this one, and I am going to show you one class example first. And now, what are the content we can be able to write inside that one? What are the way to create the object? How we can initialize that object? That everything we are going to focus over here. So, like you also try this approach instead of creating these files like this one in over here directly topic wise. You can create one folder or directly what we can call, and inside that you can create the classes related to that, right? So it will be like a compressed size, so it will be easy. Oh, how much time it will take? So in last sessions, I was discussing with you one of the class which is known as the some welcome, and which is going to give you the some greeting messages whenever it is going to be get called, right? And
Yeah.
inside that class there will be one method, and inside that method another method will be there, right? So these were the syntax that we have discussed in the last class. So this class I renamed over here, and you can say it is known as the greet, right? And
Yeah.
the standard way how we are going to write the classes, that you can see over here. If you see this some underline is coming, and it is showing that the class name should be camel case, right? You cannot, there is no rule that you cannot execute with this small cases name of the class, right? But the
Yeah.
standard syntax how we are going to make use into our industry based approach, how we are going to give the class name is by making use of the camel case. So suppose there may be chances most of the times that the class name itself is not a single word, right? There may be
Yeah.
chances that it is the multiple words. So how we are going to write that one? So that is why we are, have to follow the camel case. So the best example for this camel case will be like I'm showing over here, like this one class and greet. So this is the simply one of the class, right? And if we don't want to do anything, we will simply pass this one by making use of the pass keyword. Got it? But same
Yeah.
time, if we want to give the name of this class in a camel case which is having the multiple letters, multiple words inside that, then how we are going to do it? So class, then greet. So suppose it is for the, like, I can define for the employee. Okay, so this class will be specifically defined for the greeting of the employee, right? So this may be one of the example how we are going to use the naming convention of the class. I hope it is fine now. It is understand, right?
Yeah.
You can. So if we have suppose like multiple words, greet, employee, and like you have the particular of the IT, right? So you can again give like this one. Got it?
Yeah.
But that is not any rule that you are going to give the proper that bigger name of the class. But if it is required, we have to make use of the camel case. So the same thing will show over here. See now, what is the error? We'll forget. I am going to specify give the detail explanation of this class itself from over here. So this is the class name. Okay, I'll put the comment over here.
Mhm.
Greet class is defined, right? It is defining the class which is known as the greet. Now inside that, if you come down, it is showing that the def my method, and simply this my method is nothing but it is a one of the method. You can give any kind of the method name, right? But always try to give the meaningful method, right? Suppose like you
Yeah.
can see the line number 3, it is for saying the hello. So I have given the say hello. If I am going to give over here like a define def keyword, and I am going to give calculate like name, that time also it will work, right? But what is our logic? What is
Yeah.
our intention? Our logic is to say someone to hello, not to calculate the sum, right? So always try to give the
Yeah.
meaningful name to your methods and classes. Now if you come over here, you can see it is also highlighting something, right? What it is highlighting?
Yeah.
It is saying it may be static, right? But we don't want to make it static as of now. We'll see later on. So inside
Yeah.
this class, there is one method. Okay, if you just don't expand this one, so it will be easy for you to understand. In this greet class, we have one method that is known as my method, right? And this self will automatically, whenever you are defining the first method of the class, it will automatically suggest you, right? And you have seen in the previous examples also. So what basically this class is doing that. In greet class, we have defined one method that is known as my method. Okay, and inside that my method, I have another one method which is known as the say hello, right?
Yeah.
And if you see over here, it is not the camel case method names, right? And try
Yeah.
to see the class name will always start with a capital letter, and then the corresponding words will be camel case. But for the method names, it will always start with a smaller case. That is the standard rule, right? But
Okay.
here, class name start with capital and the consecutive words inside that. So every words will be the caps. That is the camel case. But in the same thing, in the case of the method name also, but it will start with a small letter. Now you can see it is also pointing some issue warning. And if you see, it is saying in words say hello, right? And it is going
Yeah.
to give you some of the definitions also, right?
Yeah.
And if you wish, you can make this like this one. Okay, because we will follow the little bit camel case convention over here. Got it? And this was the name of the class, so we have given this one. Now here, logically, this class is completed and it is having no errors also, right? If you look over
Yes.
here, this particular method which is having the word hello, that is present inside a particular method itself, not inside the direct class, right? So whenever you have to call this say hello method, you cannot directly call it, right? You have to take some reference. Based on that reference only, we have to call it. But this method say hello can be called directly from this method, right? From this method it can be directly called. Got it? Because this is present inside my method itself. So the same thing, if you look over here, print hi. We are printing one word hi, and if you look on the ident, the spaces which is going to tell you where this print is present, whether inside the inner say hello method or outside of that, right? Where it is present?
Yeah.
It is present in the outer method only, my method, right?
Yeah.
If you give one tab or the four spaces, then it will consider inside the inner one. So if you see the location, it will going to point. So this method is particularly having one method also and some statement within this one. Okay. So this is whenever you have to call this print hi, it will be directly from this my method only, right? If you are going to call this my method, it will print the hi first. Got it? And
Yeah.
inside that, whenever it is you are going inside this one, so there we have the say hello method. That time the content of this say hello method is going to be executed. So in our case, it is the print hello. Okay. And this is how we have called this one, because we are not calling outside of this class, right? We are calling inside the class and inside that outer method itself. So directly we have calling this say hello. Got it?
Yeah.
Now if you look over the line number 8, it is also going to give you some of the warnings. As you can see, the means light colored, underground, underline, right? What is the meaning of this one? It is not the error, but it is simply the one of the warning that you are not following. What is the point? You are not following the what the standard rule or conventions which is defined for writing a particular class. So what it is saying, if you highlight over here, it is showing the first line only, expected two blank lines after class or function definition. Got the error?
Yeah.
So this is the error, not exactly error, it will be the warning, right? So here,
Right.
after the call or after the class end, we need to give the two new lines, then it will be the following the standard approach. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we will do, we will put the two new line. Yeah, one. See, when I put one line after this one, you see the ident of this class itself is going to be changed. See here, seen
Yeah.
something like. Now we have given the two new lines after the method or the class definition. Now there is no warning over here, right? Little bit
Yeah.
like this one it is suggesting. So it's all the not error, but it is the approach, right?
Yeah.
Now here what we are doing, we are creating an object and that object name is the obj1. You can give any name, right? Because why we want the object? Because without object, class method cannot be called, right?
Yeah.
The normal method. But if you make this method, as you highlight over here, it is saying method my method should be maybe static. There is a chance that you can declare this with a static. Now I'll explain after 2 to 3 minutes what is the meaning of static and non-static, because till now it is non-static, right?
Yeah.
So this is the way to create an object of any class in Python. So what you can do, you can give any object name, like I have given over here the obj1. You can give any name, but give always a meaningful name, right? Equal to, you need to simply give the class name itself. Okay. This is the way in Python. In other language, we have a little bit modified form, but in Python, this is the way. So let me put some comment over here also. Creating obj1 as object of class greet. I hope the comment is clear to you, right?
Yeah.
Now, what? Suppose greet is a class over here, and we have object, right? We are already having one object that is known as the obj1, right? What we are going to do by making use of that object, I can call any method which is present inside that class. Correct?
Yes.
So this is how we are going to call object dot. Whenever you are going to create the class, and if you are going to uh, give the object name dot, it will suggest you the available methods, okay, to its class. Some are the predefined, like if you see the second doc module equals, right? So that are the predefined, which is available into the Python, right? But what method we have to call? We have to call its own self method, which we have defined just now. That is known as my method, right? So this is the syntax how we are going to call the any method of a particular class. You cannot call without creating object, right?
Yeah.
Let me comment this one and you will find error, right? Because this obj, what is this obj? This program particular class doesn't know. So first you need to create an object, and then based on that object you have to call these available methods inside that particular class. Okay, and object creation can be done by this syntax: object name equals to class name as whatever you are seeing over here, right? And now in this particular class greet, what we are having? We are having a direct method which is known as my method. Got it? So we can directly
Yeah.
call like this one obj1 dot my method, right? So if I'm going to execute this program, what could be the possible or the expected output according to you?
Um, it will.
Just guess. Because whenever you are calling this, executing this class, the execution will start from the line number 10, right? Object creation, and on that particular object, we will call a particular method of the
Object
class.
one will be. Yeah.
With the help of object one, we are calling the method which is available into the greet. That is a my method
Yeah.
in the line number 11. So whenever we are executing this code, what could be the possible output?
My method will be self.
Self.
How? Yeah.
See, because whenever just now I am explaining, so object one dot my method. Okay, so if he is saying my method is the method which is getting called by the object one, it will go and search in your project. This is the one of the particular small project or the program, right?
Yeah.
So it will search
Yeah.
over here. Is there any method which is known as my object, my method? Okay, object one will search for the method which is known as the my method, and where it will search? It will search inside your class only, because you
Yeah.
are searching by making use of the object of the particular class. So it will come somewhere. This method is defined, right?
Yeah.
Now, if this is the method, what it will do? It will go inside the content of this one, right? So what it will
Yes.
do first? See, there is a chances possibility that first of all inside the method itself it is getting the another method, right?
Yeah.
In the method itself it is directly getting the method, and then it is getting some statement to
Okay.
print. Yeah, a statement to print, and then here this method is getting called, right? So it will jump into this method and it will see that there is another method defined over here, and then inside that print is the hello world, right? But what it will do, because we are calling this my method, we are not directly calling the hello, say hello, right? So first it will execute the my method and it will come directly over here into the print statement, right? And it will give you the output hi first. Okay. Once it will execute this line, then next line it is getting that say hello method is also got called, right? In line number 7. Correct. Then it will again call this say hello method. It will, after executing line number 6, it will jump to this line number 3 and then it will execute the print hello. So don't get confused. If you are running this example, you will get the output like that one only. So don't get confused that why first hi is coming and then second hello is coming, right? Because the sequence in which it is getting called. Now if what I'll do, I'll modify this one only. Say hello before this print. Okay. This print only I have called the say hello, right? What will happen then? Before executing,
hello twice. Hello, hi, and hello.
yeah, because before printing itself, it called that method, right? So the content inside that method is getting called, and that is the simply print statement. So because of that, it is print first hello, then it is executing the hi, right? Is it clear?
Yeah.
I hope there should be no confusion. If you are still having any confusion, let me know.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, now I told that there is something that is known as static and non-static just 2-3 minutes back. Yeah. So if you see, nowhere I have defined this as the static, right? It means if it is, no, it is not defined. That is why it is non-static by default. If we want to make this as a static, what we have to do? We have to add the keyword static. Okay. How we can do? How we can do it? And what would be the different benefit? So that will be the task. I simply told that this is the way how we can make the static. Okay, if you click over here, automatically this annotation is coming as static. Now, what is the difference between both? If you see the syntax right now, line number 2, just see the syntax, right? Non-static one, and this is the static one. Got the point?
Yes.
And it is saying, what it is saying? So basically, if you don't want to create any object of a particular class, okay, and you want to call the method of any class, okay, like here if we are creating the line number 10 an object of the class, and then we are calling the my method, right?
Yeah.
I don't want, now we can call this method without creation of the object or not, that is the question, right? So for that purpose only we have the static and non-static concept. If we are making this as a static, okay, no need to create the object, directly class name dot method name you can call it. Understand?
Yeah.
Means if you are going to make this class as the static, not the class, this method itself as the static as per the warning suggestion, okay. What I'm doing, then you don't need to create the object of this class. What you can directly do, I'm writing a little bit comment like this one, you can try it. So this is the class, right? Now class name dot my method you can directly call. That is the difference between static and non-static. Got it? We will further discuss on this point when we are going to make any class static, when we are not going to make it as a non-static, right? That we will see later. Don't worry on that part. But as it is the warning which is showing over here, so I just explored and it is showing function name should be the lowercase. So function name should be always follow the syntax what it is saying to you according to the code. Okay. Now again it is showing something. In word say hello, it simply means that it is the normal English word. That is what it is showing you the suggestion. So you can make any specific method name. Anyhow, it is not wrong, but it is giving you the standard way. Okay. So this is the basic example how we can create one class, and inside that class there may be chances that there are some methods, and how we can create the object of the class and how we can call the method of the class. And you have seen the syntax also, what could be the syntax of a statement which is running inside the class, right? First, it will always execute the statement according to the way it is getting called, right? So first here the print is getting called, then say hello is getting called. Because of that you are getting hi hello, not the hello and hi. Okay. Now same class, same concept, I will be able to try to modify a little bit over here. Okay. If you see, this is another class. Okay. What this class is going to do, because in the class simply we are executing the print statement, right? But suppose I need to write one class, and whenever I am calling that class with particular uh, parameter, that is the arguments, right? Like suppose whenever you are calling any of the class method, okay, greet only, forget about this one, greet the previous class itself. In that you are giving one input name as a Sudhir, okay. So in the statement it should give you the message like hello Sudhir, okay. Whatever the argument you will give, that will be appended to the print statement inside your method definition. Got it?
Yeah.
Because here if you see my method we are directly calling and it is directly executing print hi by whatever it is, right? But the same thing, what I am doing, I have created an object of that particular class, and in that object we are calling a particular function which will always expect one argument. This self is the by default it is coming as the argument, right? But after self only we want to move one more argument. Okay, that again depends upon your choice. What argument you want to pass, and based on that argument, what you want to do. Got it?
Yeah.
So this what I'm giving you one task first. The same class. Okay. This is, you have seen how it is running, how it is working. What you can do now is, last class also I have given one example that create one class of the building, then floor, then flat, and then we need to print the wings, left wing, right wing, right?
Yes.
Now that is a separate example. In this great example, what you can do, if I am running this one, right? So it is giving me the output as the hi and hello. What you can do, instead of directly calling this greet method, right? My method of the greet class, this my method should expect some user input, right? The argument from argument, right?
Okay.
Whatever the argument you are giving, like here I am giving my name Vikram, okay. So that will be called over here with one of the parameters, and it will print me hi and that value itself Vikram, okay. Whatever the input you will give, the same it is going to print as the appended to your output console. So the same thing, but the different example over here. What it is doing, it is defining one of the class, okay, that is known as fruit. and inside that we are simply passing one of the method. We are also defining one method. That method is nothing but it is the size. You can give the convenient name. Okay. And what it is doing, this method is expecting one argument also, not the self only. It is expecting one more argument. Okay. That is the user defined. Whatever you are passing, the same it is going to appended into this print, as you can see.
Okay.
So the user input you cannot directly write like this one, right? If you are writing like this one, it will be normal print only. Means whatever the content inside the double quote, it will be same to same. It will be printed. Means it will print my uh, I am size X only, right?
Yeah.
But we want to print the content what actually we are reading from the argument, right? So that is why
Yeah.
you need to give into the curly braces. Okay, I think it is very much similar to the how we are reading the value from the some system variables, like using the dollar sign into the command prompt and other Unix environment, if you are familiar with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So same thing, whatever the value you will give for this X, now that X will be printed over here. So this is the basic and the fundamental class example. And what we are doing, we are creating an object of the class. Which class? Fruit class now. Okay. So fruit object means it will be any of the fruit name. That is why I have
Yeah.
given the orange. You can give mango, banana, apple, whatever you wish. And what we are doing, we are calling this size based on that object. We are calling this one, and for this X, the second argument, we need to give one input, right? So like I have given the 7 at the size input. So what it will print, it will print the I am the size 7, or the fruit class contains the 7 element, like the basic meaningful messages. Whatever you want to print, you can be able to print it. So this example will help you in writing the things, like how we are going to print hello and the username, right? Whatever the name we are passing from this function call, the same is going to be taken as the input and appended to the printf, right? Now you can be able to see why this print is little bit different from the previous print, right?
Yeah.
This f, got it? What will happen if I am removing that f? I will now remove the f and will try to execute this code. What you are seeing now at the output console of this class 02 example,
On the size.
it is saying I am
Yes.
size X. Means it is simply printing the content which is present inside X. Got it?
Yeah.
But it is not detecting the value what 7 I have passed, right? So for that purpose, we are making use of that delimiter. We can call as the formatter, basic approach. We can call as the formatter. F is simply for printing and this user input 7. That is the one of the integer number. Now, if you are running this example, it will give you I am the size 7. So means you can see without F, you are not going to print this 7. So here I have given the input at the 7. For that, I have used the F, right? Now, what's your duty? You need to pass over here Sudhir and just try to run whether it is working with the F or not. If it is working, fine. If it is not working, by making use of the F over here, what could be the other possible solution for that? Got it?
Yeah.
I hope the example is also clear to you.
Yes.
This is how Python is very sensitive to the spaces or ident, right? So because of
Yeah.
that, you always have to take care of these things. Now I will modify these examples furthermore. If you look over this example, it is little bit modified, not the exact things, but little bit modified, the fruit class itself. And what is the modification? So modification part is this one, right?
Yeah.
Before proceeding further, we'll discuss something and then we will see what actually this one. So this class is the fruit, and inside it some method is defined. Forget about what the method it is, right? And in the line number 9, one object is getting created, and which is what happened to this? Okay. Object is created, that is the orange object is created of the fruit class, which is having the two argument. First is the name, that is the orange, and first one is the string input, and second is the integer type. Got it?
Yes.
So what we are basically doing, suppose this function definition is not present, means by line number 10, what you can understand, that inside fruit class something is there which is expecting two argument. First argument will be the string type and second one will be of the integer type, right? That is, I think it
Yeah.
is clear, right? So
Yeah.
some method will be you need to define over here, that it is going to take your input and that will be according to the input it will give you the output. Okay.
Yeah.
So in OOPS concept, like the Python is, I mentioned in the first class that it is the object-oriented programming language, and I told that there will be a more sessions in the upcoming classes that what is the object-oriented programming language, right?
Yeah.
So the first key feature of the object-oriented programming language is the object and class that we have seen in the last session, right? Any object, physical existing thing, class is the logical existing things of the singular object. So whenever we are dealing with any of the class and object concept into any of the object-oriented programming language, we need to give some initialization value to them, right? Like in the normal declaration of the number, sum equal to 0 we are giving, right? If we are not giving sum equal to 0, what will happen? There will be some chances that it will take some random value inside that one, right? Some will be initialized with some random number instead of 0. There is a possibility, right?
Yeah.
Because we are writing simply int sum, that's all. Sum is initialized with 0 or some other value, we don't know. So there is a possibility that we can get the incorrect output, right? So for that, what we are doing, initially only we are initializing that sum equal to 0. Means some value will be always start with the 0. Got it?
Yeah.
Same thing in OOPS concept, object-oriented programming concept. What we are doing, we have the term that is known as constructor. Let me write the comment over here. We can call this definition as a constructor. Constructor, what is constructor now? Constructor means whenever you are going to create an object of this particular class itself, right? That time you need to initialize some with the some value. If you see the previous example, this one, right? There is no constructor, nothing like that. So this create class is simply initialized, right? Or not initialized, object is simply created. Inside that object, we didn't provide any initialization value because there was no requirement over there, right? So it can be
Yeah.
simply, we are simply creating, blindly we are creating the object of the class, right? But now I want that while creating the object of that particular class itself, it should be initialized with some value, right?
Yeah.
Like in this fruit class itself, while creating any object of this class, that whatever the object we are creating, that will be initialized with some value inside that. So for that purpose, what we have done, we have passed the two parameters. It will depend on, like we can pass 3, 4, 5, right? N number of the parameters we will pass and n number of the features will be present into that object. So these two parameters, whatever you are seeing over here, these two are the will be considered as the particular feature of that fruit, right?
Yes.
And this is the definition for the initialization, and that is known as constructor. Means constructor basic duty is whenever object is getting created for this class, it will initialize that with the value whatever you are passing. Got it?
Yeah.
So here orange is getting created as an object. So you need to tell that if orange is getting created, it's what could be the color and what could be the size of that. Okay, size may be in centimeter like that. Okay, if I'm going to create here the apple, sometimes apple equal to fruit. Let me write that also. If I'm creating an object which is known as apple, so I have to write like this one fruit, and I need to, if you are writing directly like this one, what it is saying, okay, let me execute this one without any argument into the apple, and you will see what is the value it is coming. Okay,
No.
then we will see what it is
So
saying now in
it's
line number
showing the color and
11.
size.
Yeah, it is expecting two argument, right? Without
Yeah.
that, if you are not telling what could be the color of the apple and what could be the size of that apple, this class will not understand that you have created the particular and appropriate object of this fruit class, right? So you need to give two
Yes.
parameter only. Like so, I can give the name color as the red. Apple may be red color and its diameter will be like 8 centimeter like that. Okay.
Yes.
Now if you are executing this one, you can see it is saying I am orange and a size of 7 because of this first object, right?
Yeah.
Got it? We call
Yeah.
this one, we created two different objects. Okay. Let me comment this one and we'll complete the with the first object itself. So whenever we are creating this fruit class object at the orange, so we are telling that the object color will be always orange, okay, and value will be 7. So line after execute coming to encountering this line number 10, it will directly jump into your class and will check where is the value to initialize the object. Okay,
Yeah.
and it will come to this init method, that is the predefined method into the Python, right? And how it is,
Yes.
it is the 2 underscore in the beginning, 2 underscore in the last, and this self will be always present. What is this self? Self is something which is telling that this is related to the, this method is related to the what, fruit class itself, right? That is why
Yeah.
self will be the by default. Now here it is the color and the size, it is there, which will be replaced by this orange and 7. So color will be now replaced by orange and size will be now replaced by 7. Okay, now inside this what it is saying, it is saying self dot color, means whatever the color which is already, it is telling that I want one color, right? So that will
Uh-huh.
be initialized with the color what you have passed. Okay, so this color means the orange will be passed to this one, 7 will be passed to this one, means self dot size, whatever the initial size will be there, so it will require some value, right? So how it will be,
Yeah.
the value will be initialized, so that value will be initialized by the argument what you have passed to this one. So always if it is suppose like I'm just trying to explain you, like there is another property, right? Season. Okay, in which season it is going to be grown, right? So what you have to do
Yeah.
in the beginning itself, here only you need to pass, right? Winter season it will be grown. Now this winter will come to this one, right? Season will be replaced by the winter, but in this one you need to tell, right, how it is going to replace for the object creation, right? Because
Yeah.
it got the value but it didn't got where to replace that one. So how it can be, so like this same way season equal to, you need to tell this one if suppose in the object creation, if it is one property, you need to write the one self statement. If it is 100 property, you need to write for that 100. Got it now?
Yeah.
So now by this constructor, whatever the object you have created, that is the orange, it is initialized, right? With the some default feature. Orange will be the color, 7 will be the size, and it will be grown into the winter season. That is what we have told to this one, right?
Yeah.
Once it is done, the next method, what it is saying, it is the same as the previous one. Means this method will be printing the value, right?
Yeah.
So if you look over here, it is doing nothing, but it is simply printing self dot color, whatever the color we have given over here, the same it has to print. Okay, and size also. If we execute this one, what will be the output? Print statement doesn't bother that if it is having the 3 feature, 2 feature. If you want to print only one feature, it will print. If you want to print all feature, it will print. If you want blank should be printed, it will print. If you want any words you want to print, it will print, because this print statement will not wait for the number of the size and colors like that.
Yeah.
Got it? And
Season.
grown in, right? So what? Self dot season. Now if I'll run this example, it will give this complete details. Got it? Means the input we are passing from the line number 11, and in line number 8 we are not directly printing, right?
Yeah.
First object will be created, and that while creating the object itself, it will be initialized with the some value. Okay, and then we are calling that one. Let me modify this second example also. Okay, red, and I don't know exact season. I am putting the winter only. Okay, so if I will run, what could be the possible output now?
Same. Because we are not calling the apple, right?
Yeah, so what we have to do, we have to call that method also. Apple dot, you can give the any method name. Okay, it is, you can give the appropriate method name. Now it will print the two different values, right?
Yeah.
I hope it is clear, right?
Yeah.
Suppose I want to modify this output will be same, but I want to highlight this one like orange, 7, and winter, right? These are the 3 input parameters which we have received from the object creation itself. So suppose I want to put that into the single quote, because the whole line itself it is printing in the double quote. So if we'll put one double quote over here, it will treat that this is the end. Okay, got it? If I'm putting, suppose I want this self dot color, and if I'm putting this over here, the double quote, it will understand what, it will understand that this is the end only. I am, after that it is the ending, because it is started with the double quote and it found over here. What we can do, we can try with this single quote and we'll see. This is your task for the day. Okay, I put that into the single quote. If I am running this one, we'll see what it is doing. I hope it's fine, right? Because the outer braces is the double quote. You cannot directly use the double quote inside that one. Got it?
Oh, yes.
Now there may be a question that this method, which is defined at the line number 7, whether we can call with the class name or we can call through the object name, right? So here if we are seeing this one, it is creating with the object and it is printing fine, right?
Yeah.
Is there any possibility that instead of object name what will happen if I am going to call this with the class name itself? As you can see in the line number 15, which is commented one. Right? Is there any possibility? We need to explore more this, right? So what you will do?
Yeah.
You can simply remove this one. Because of that only I put the comment. Now, if you see after removing the comment, it is not giving any error.
Yeah.
Right? Means the logic wise it is correct, but we will see how we are going to make use of this logic. So we don't know exactly things, right? We'll run it. If it is correct, it will give the output. If it is incorrect, it will give you some of the regions like exceptions and error. Then we need to work according to that, right?
Yeah.
What it is doing? Line number
Maximum required.
15, it is saying fruit dot salutation, and it is saying missing one required positional argument self, right? If it is saying, what we can do, we can try with writing the self. Now if you see, we cannot directly write self over here, right? Why?
Yeah, we got to mention some, define something.
Yeah, so it is saying that self equal to, it is asking, and equal to what you have to give, you have to give the value like this one.
Yeah.
I will not run this code. If it is correct or not, you need to run into your your machine. Let me modify this one at the 9, and I will create an object itself as the apple only, because apple is we are having a green color object also, and hopefully it is not giving us the error, right? If everything is correct, right, then it should give the 3 output statement now. Is it?
Yeah.
No, I have given the some wrong type like the self, and I need to give the color first. So the color I can be giving like the green size is fine, and this will be the season, so I can give any.
Summer.
So you just try to execute these things into your machine. Is it fine?
Yeah.
There are many more to be covered that we will cover into the next session.
Sure.
Any doubt till now this point?
Oh, no, it is clear today.
Okay, fine. I think we'll have
Once you stop it, it will